So I'm putting it in the comments that we're starting a new live because it's going to run this one. I can't end it, but it's going to run to, I don't know, but it's frustrating because it does this to me and I'll sit there and say, okay. And so anyway, I have 2 different lives running at once. And sometimes when I go back in, it shuts it down for whatever reason, I don't know. And then it sits there and when I try to go back in, it'll sit there and sometimes it'll say resume. This one didn't let me hit resume. So I'm literally running 2 at once. But that's okay. And it won't let me in the other one. I don't know why it does that. It's a pain in the neck. So I did put it in the other one so that you all know to join me. So hop on over. Now, now on the way home, we're going to do this again. And I'm going to look at my schedule and we're going to be live as many days as I can because I'm not going to allow this to dampen my spirits. That I can tell you. We're not doing it. It's not going to happen. Not this girl. Again, what I want to show through this whole entire thing, and I'll turn you around so you can see the pretty country side of Ohio. I want to show people that if this happens to you, if you, for some reason, life happens, and I really had to look at it last night, I thought, you've had a rough year. If they're looking from April of 21 to April of 21 of this year, March was horrendous. March was, I lost my aunt. There was other stuff happening in the background. I had a lot of losses. I winded up in the hospital. I was having some health issues. And there was difficulty there. And we grew through all of that. But it was still hard. And then I found out I was going to be a grandma in October. And things happened with that. And then I had, of course, do, things, activities and so forth. And December was really hard for me because it was the first year without my aunt. And there was a lot of emotions that came back that I did not expect. And so I had to look and go, there's been some things and life just happened. But what I want to encourage everybody through this whole thing is if you lose it, you can get it back. Don't quit. Don't stop. Get back on the horse. Have your moment. I'm sure I'm not done crying over it yet. And I get emotional because the money goes to my mother. My mom benefits from it. And it helps with the rent. And I also have to know God has us. We're probably going to sign another lease for 15 more months coming up in July. And then the rent will probably go up to
it's
October, but still we'll have to do it in July or something. Yeah. And it'll be another 15 months, and the rent will probably be up another $50, $100 more a month. And yet God has us. And the soap caddies are going out there, and I've got things in the works trying to happen, and yet God has us. But I want to show people through this, if you build a YouTube channel on community, when things happen, something like this happens where you may have had a difficult year for one reason or another, and something happens and you just take it away. You've got your community to go back and say, hey, I need your help. They are your backbone. There are friends that I had that I didn't have a year ago or 2 years ago. I don't have any brothers and sisters. I don't think she's having any more kids. And but yet I have sisters. I have brothers. I've got people that I know they've got my back. There's community people that have my back. Why? Because I've been there for them. They've seen the support. You know, that's what Krista said with Real Outdoor Living. She said to me, Mary, you've been there for so many people on YouTube. Now it's time for us to be there for you. And that's why if you build a channel on community, it's a strong foundation. If you build it just for clickbait and views, yeah, that works. But I didn't want to build this channel on that. I wanted to build it on community because I knew if people sit there and wonder why, and I'm going to get choked up and I'm trying not to. I wanted somebody, if they were sitting on a couch and they were by themselves, they never felt alone. If it meant they could put their phone down and listen to me or be in the chat by themselves or whatever it was, then I knew that they were there. You know, they had somebody. And I have a dear friend of mine in Florida. Her name is Cindy. And I remember going over to her house, and I've told this story before, and we had a selfie stick, and we were laughing over this selfie stick trying to figure it out. And I got in the car as I was leaving her house crying. Not necessarily tears of happiness. I was happy. But I was crying because I thought, I can't remember the last time I sat on the couch with somebody and laughed. And I thought, I don't want anybody to ever feel like they're by themselves. That's why we do a lot of Connect and Grow, guys. We do a lot of lives with me sitting because there's a lot of times I can't do anything else. And with this sciatic nerve happen, I've got my walker in the back seat of the car because I'm really struggling today. It hurts a lot. And if I can sit there and be the voice where somebody doesn't feel like they're by themselves when they've had a hard day with their child whose special needs, or a dad that has dementia, or a parent that has dementia, or they're struggling with a disability, or whatever it is, I can be there so they feel like they're not by themselves. They can't get out because they're in too much pain or they're going through whatever they're going through. That's the whole purpose. That has to be the cornerstone of this channel. And it's the why. I mean, we can do a lot of recipes and fun, and it's a legacy channel for my grandkids coming and my future grandkids. They can know their yaya. But at the cornerstone of this channel, it has to be, and it will always be, a place where people can come and connect and get to meet each other and build community and help each other. And why do I get emotional? Because it's my heart. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I can get emotional over the most silliest things in the world, and I hate it. But I know why God did it, because I had a child that absolutely needed. Yikes! Sorry, guys. At a moment. Cow's just sitting around over there. You come to Ohio when you know cows. We had to be quiet for a little bit because Christina was on the phone, and we had the air unfiltered, and I was like, woo wee. Hi, Kayla Vlog. Welcome on in. And there was you can tell you were in the farm country of Ohio. So I can either sit here and cry and, oh, poor me, and The channel's not monetized anymore. I've been better. I'm doing okay, but I've been better. And the channel was unmonetized last night, and everything's been paused now, and now we got to work at this again. I can cry, or I can show people, okay, have your base strong. So if it happens to you, you've got a team of people you can rely on. And I went to bed last night with that at the core of me. Mary, I know this is a setback. This is a bump in the road. Not anything but people that are putting me out there, that are sending out emails, that are, sharing us out, that are saying, come beside her and help her. She needs your help. I share, Bear. At some point, I agree, absolutely. But see, this girl comes back. When I get pushed down, my mom will tell you, I come out and fight.
Oh, yes.
And YouTube pissed me off last night. I'm sorry. I don't very often use that. I'm not somebody who uses strong language. I was mad. Listen, I went through my email. There was not one piece of email from YouTube, not one, that said to me, by the way, if you don't do this, you're about ready to lose your monetization. There was not one email that told me that we were in jeopardy 3 months ago. There wasn't anything that told me. I know all that popped up was, oh, you're. That's how I knew something was going on. I don't quite understand. When you become monetized, I understand why they do it to some degree, because there are channels that get monetized, and then if they keep them monetized, hoping we don't, and I got to redo this again. We'll see what happens in a minute, guys. I'm trying to pay attention to see if Mother, brakes. Brakes. I know, but brakes. Oh, Mom. Sorry, guys, I'm having a moment. Don't like coming down off that hill. Really don't like coming down off that hill. Ooh. I love the countryside. I think we're okay. Yeah, you tell that to somebody who has anxiety when it comes to the road. I think we're okay. Are we? I'm trying to look. Okay, I see the red barn, but that should be coming later. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. I had my moment. Yes, I think we're okay. Okay. This is the way I think. Hi, Amos. Welcome on in. And you guys can put hashtag blessed if you want people to connect with your channel. This is the way I feel. I can understand why YouTube does it to some degree, because there are channels that would get monetized and stay monetized and not add anything else into, thank you very much, add anything else into anything. But when you've worked hard to get monetized, what they should be doing, especially with the smaller channels, is saying, okay, you can keep your monetization. We're not going to take it away. You've already met the requirements of your watch hours. But you have to upload a certain amount of videos per month, or lives. You have to do, you have to be uploading content maybe 3 or 4 times a month. Give us something, you know what I mean? Like once a week or something, like 4 times a month. You have to be uploading a video or uploading something. That way, at least, you don't just lose it. But then to not even let you notify yourself that you're in jeopardy of losing it, there's nothing. I mean, that throws you to a whole new loop that you don't need to be thrown into. Now, not only do you have that, you have your members that get messages to say their memberships have been paused. I mean, to me, it's not right in any way, shape, or form, and I'm not Is that the one she...
There's a circle way closer to her house. I don't know why I'm hoarse today.
So that's my little rant on that whole thing. But again, it's about why, and I'm going to do a live on this, why you should be building your YouTube channel based on community. There are some people that do it for views, and I understand that. But you've got to have a core bunch of people. We don't have to worry about our subscriber count right now. But we have to worry about, and you guys can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. You know, you have to be able to share bear. Well, thank you very much. You too. You have to build it on community, because then when things like this happen, you got a core bunch of people that can help you. And I went to bed actually feeling very blessed last night, even though I really didn't need this rocking my world right now. But it's okay. I'd rather rock my world now than in June when I will become a grandma. Or Yaya. By the way, Yaya grandma is Yaya is Greek for grandmother. But we're going to be doing a lot of lives. I'm going to be trying to setting them up. We're going to be sitting down at the pond now that it's warmer weather. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. I want the cold weather back. And we're going to be doing that. I don't have a lot of projects. The only thing that I really have a lot of is I'm going to be doing a lot of soap caddies, because we're going to be going down to the Amish country and doing that. And I'd like to get them into some places down there. A store by our house has 20 of them, and if I can do a lot and work with a person that does, like, you know, allows products to come into their store, then I can have a whole thing of them and let them pick, like, if they, you know, which ones want to go in. There's a shop by our house there's a couple shops by our house that I want to go see. If they'll allow us to put them in their stores. The one by our house loved them. They bought 20 of them because they sell soap there, and they were like, yep. And they were like, these are one of the nicest ones we've seen. And I'm like, yep. And I have everybody that loves our soap caddies. So we got to sit outside and do soap caddies. I'll sit outside and do soap caddies. I don't have a lot of blankets to do right now. But build your community. Build it solid. And that's what you got to build your YouTube. You know, you can build it on views, but you got to build, you know, there are people that have a leg up, and this is where I've always been in my head, in some sense. As we get bigger, and yes, we will get bigger. As we get bigger, I never want to forget these times, because there are YouTube channels that have people that are big, and they bring in small channels, and instantaneously they got 10,000 subscribers or 5,000 subscribers. There's a lot of us that have worked our tail end off, and these bigger YouTube channels could step in and have a great impact on these smaller channels and kind of take them underneath their wing a little bit, and they don't. And that's to me a real shame, and I never want to do that. I want to be the one that sits there and says, I see a channel that is like ours. Let me come beside them, because we have enough, because not only is your audience to appreciate you taking and caring about someone else, but their audience is going to see that. You're going to gain people from their audience. They're going to gain people from your audience, and vice versa. And it shows something about you as a content creator. It shows that it's not about the numbers. The numbers don't matter a hill of beans. And honestly, they don't. I'm grateful they're there because I don't have to worry about the numbers when it comes to subscribers. But I don't look at my subscribers and our subscribers as numbers. I look at them as community and family and friends and people that I'm grateful for more than you all ever know. When I had to come to people and say, my aunt is passing away of cancer, and her one wish is that she sees her family one last time, there were people that stepped up to the plate and made sure that woman had a plane ticket to Ohio, a return trip back to Fort Lauderdale, and we got to hug her for the last time. I have a precious picture that I will always treasure of me giving her a hug. Now, I will see her again, but on this earth, I got to see her one last time. You all made that possible. You all made it possible so that my daughter could go horseback riding with her. Because 3 weeks after she left Ohio, she'd have been too sick to come up. She got really sick after she left Ohio. She started with a cold. She never would have made it back up here. You guys made that happen. And I am so grateful. And not only that, I got her on video. And becoming a grandma, I can show that little one day who their Aunt Patty is. Her daughter says, I don't have any video of my mother. I do. On this YouTube channel, there's a playlist in memory of my aunt. My cousin can go and see her mama and hear her voice, because I made sure that in that visit there was a little bit of video of my aunt. There was stories, there was something in memory of my aunt. But you guys made that possible. That's what community does. That's what this YouTube channel has done. And I'm telling you, I want to give a big shout out to Real Outdoor Living, because she was there for me last night, and so were some other people. And she said, we're not going to allow you to give up. And we have made a pact with each other. And this is why, as a content creator, you should absolutely 100% have other content creators in your back corner, because they understand things in a way that your family may not. They're not going to get it if they're not doing this. My mom understands it to some degree, but she doesn't understand it all. You need to have those people. And we made a pact with each other a while back ago. I'm not going to let you give up. You're not going to allow me to give up. We're not giving up. And she said to me, she goes, Mary, we're not going to also let you get down. We're going to do everything to lift you up. We're not going to allow you to get down. And today she messaged me and she said, Mary, time to rise above it. And I'm telling you, I'm going to figure out a song to do. And it's going to be a fight song. Because I am so much of somebody that loves music. I'm going to come up with a dang on fight song with this. Because I am, at the core of me, when you tick me off enough, and yeah, I'm a little bit ticked, I come out fighting. In a good way. You know, I'm a bulldog. And no, I'm not giving up. I'm not backing down. I'm not turning away. I'm not going to give up on you guys, because you won't allow me to give up on myself. I'm not for everybody. I get it. I totally understand it. I'm not for everybody, but I've got the biggest heart I think you'll find in a lot of places. And one thing that I've said to my daughter is, you know what? You get your heart from your mama, because she has a tremendous heart too. And that's one thing that I hear over and over again with people that meet my daughter. She's a sweetheart. She has a huge heart. Yeah, she loves hard, and she's got a big heart. She's got it from her mama. So Guys, I can't thank you all enough from the bottom of our hearts. If you want to support Mama at this time while the channel is down, I'm not saying you have to, but I will be putting it up on what is it? I can't think what it is now. The community post, and we are starting channel shout outs next Monday. Again, getting back into the groove of those. You can buy Mama a coffee if you want to through My Coffee. If anybody does want to support Mama, that is one way that you can at this time, because we don't have the other way of supporting each other or supporting us by memberships and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to support Mama, you can also buy her a coffee if you wish to. You don't have to. The best way you can support us right now is just please help us get back to where we are. That's what I'd like. If you can, I would appreciate it so much. So if you can, we'd be beyond grateful. I've never done 3D printing, so I can't help. If you watch Crafty Witch, I'll put that in. She does 3D printing, but I've never done it. Josh wanted to do it. I put Crafty in there. So that's the person I would tell you to go watch. I think that's who I did it. Crafty, yeah, Crafty. So, and anybody that wants me to come on, I'll gladly come on their channel. We can collaborate. I have to message a gentleman. He's autism dad, and he said he wanted me on, and so I've got to message him and see when we're going to do that. There's another gentleman I've got to work out with my daughter a little bit when she can come. If not, then maybe we could do something where we could figure something out, even if it's maybe getting her on some kind of virtual thing or something, or maybe he could do some kind of interview or something. We'll figure something out. I got to talk to her about that. But anyway, yeah. So we got to stop off at the Circle K. We're almost at Christina's house because we got to go to a class with her tonight. And then we also. You want to go to Subway first or Circle K? Well, we can go to Subway first, and we're going to stop at Subway because Subway has that BOGO deal. So if you're, you have to do it through the app, and you have to do it through the Subway thing. Well, that's up to you, Alfonso. I'm not there, so I can't judge. That has to be up to you. I wish I could be there to see it. But anyway, we got to stop off at the Subway and get dinner because we didn't have time, and they got the BOGO deal. So you have to go into the app. I did it. You go into the app, you see which one is participating, and it's a buy one get one long foot long. So guys, thank you. We will be on again on our way home. It'll be dark, but still we'll do a night drive because I think the class goes to 10 o'clock, right? 9:30. So it'll be dark, but still we'll do a night drive. All right. So I love you all. Thank you so much for your help. I've got the best community out there. Bumpy roads of the area. So love you all. Have a great night. Remember to be proud of being you because everyone else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. We have you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. And we got this, guys. We got this. Our community has us. Love you all. Talk to you later. Bye-bye, everybody. Sandy Wendy, I'm leaving, so maybe you can go back and watch the replay, okay? Love you all. Bye-bye, everybody.